What comics did I pick up this week? Stick around to find out. What is going on, you guys? This is Mark with the Chumpcast. I am back again with some comic book picks. Before we get started, if you have not done so already, I would highly encourage you, please hit that subscribe button down below. Help support the show. Also, click that notification bell so you can get updates whenever I post new videos just like this. You can also find me on Instagram at MarkNerdyAF. I'd love to interact with all of you guys there. If you give me a follow, you can see all the photos that I post that show off my statue collection, my comic books, trading cards, things like that. Post it all there on Instagram. So before we get into my picks for this week, just wanted to kind of talk about these videos, because I used to actually do comic book pick videos. Haven't done one in I think a month or two. The reason for that is they were a lot of work. I would go to the comic book shop, I would get the comics for the week, go home, I would read them, think about what I wanted to say about them, if I liked them, disliked them, and then I would put together a video, edit it, and try to post it by Wednesday. And usually I was unsuccessful because just didn't have the time to. So with posting it like on a Thursday, that really doesn't benefit you guys, because most likely if you're a comic book collector or reader, you're in the comic book shop by Wednesday. But I wanted to get these videos out by Wednesday so you guys have them if you're going to the comic book shop that first day that the new comic books are available in the week, which is Wednesday. So what I thought about doing instead is I'll just go to the comic book shop, come home, and show you guys what I picked up and give you some reasoning why I picked the books that I did. Whether it be, maybe it's just a great ongoing series, maybe it's an awesome cover, maybe I'm speculating a little bit and think there's going to be a first appearance or something big that happens in the issue that may increase the value. And being into comic books, I kind of think of myself as both a comic book reader and a collector. I do love reading comics every single week and continuing all these great series that have been coming out in the last few years. But I also like collecting because I like to see the value of my comics go up. So that is another reason why I do pick up some of the books that I do, because I think they're going to be big in the future. I mean, who doesn't want their comics to go up in value, especially because we put so much money, well, I do, per week. I drop like $50 per week on comic books. And whether or not the whole investing in comics aspect of the community is why you do it, I get it. If you just want to be a reader and just sit back and not worry about what the value of a comic is, that is completely fine, and I get that. But there are different reasons why I collect, and I'm just being outright with you guys. Sometimes it is because of speculation. Sometimes I just love the artist. Sometimes I love the story. So that is my spiel. Let's get into it. So let's start first with the independent comics for this week. We have Image Comics, Ice Cream Man, number 22. If you're not reading this, you are for sure missing out. It does require a certain type of reader, though. This series has been one of those great ongoing series. Every single issue is a different one-shot, so there's something different going on in each of them. But I will say it's a little dark and twisted, so if that's not your thing, don't read this. But I would say in the last year or so, this has been one of the best ongoing series there is right now coming out of Image Comics. Next pick I have is The Picture of Everything Else, number 1. This is by Vault Comics. This is one that gauged my interest when I went to the shop. I started flipping through it. I really liked the art style, and it looked like it had a kind of cool story. I read the preview for this, and it sounds like there's two art thieves, and something with the art that they're stealing has to do with like a murder and mystery. And I don't know, I was interested by it. I feel like I haven't read a really good new indie series in a while. So I wanted to give this a shot. I mean, there's Something is Killing the Children, things like that, but those have been out for a while. I just wanted to, actually, Department of Truth is a great new series. We'll get to that. So I do take back that statement. There is a lot of great stuff right now. Scumbag is another one. I just wanted to give something else a shot for my indie titles, and this was it. Next up from IDW is Star Wars Adventures Smuggler's Run number 1. This looks to be a story mainly surrounding Han Solo and Chewbacca, and I'm all for that because they are, even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan, they are probably in my top 5 Star Wars characters. I love them. And then when obviously they're together, shit's going to go wrong, but it's going to be a fun, crazy ride, and I'm definitely down for it. The art looks really great in this, and it's Star Wars. Everything Star Wars is getting pretty crazy right now. So why not? That's another kind of speculation type reason why I picked this up is it's Star Wars. It's a new series. I feel like you can't go wrong right now with something like this. And I just mentioned this one. We have The Department of Truth, number 4 by Image Comics. This series has been unreal so far. It is unlike anything else right now on the shelves. It follows this guy who is like into conspiracy theories, I think, and he's like an investigator. But he stumbles upon, or actually this like secret society grabs him, and lo and behold, conspiracy theories maybe aren't conspiracy theories. Maybe they are true. You'll have to find out. Go ahead, pick this one up if you're not reading it already. You're not going to regret it. On to Marvel, King in Black, number 2. What can I say? It's Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman. If you're reading anything Marvel, you know this is the hottest shit out right now. Donny Cates has done a fantastic job and has not let us down so far with Noel. And obviously this is a story all about Noel, King in Black. The first issue was mind-blowing. There was so much action, so much shit going on, so much tension, and you would be insane not to pick this up. I'm on the hype train, and I'm not getting off because this has been everything I wanted it to be so far. All right, and finally, we're on to DC Comics. I have here Batman Beyond number 50. This is the final issue of Dan Jurgens' run. His Batman Beyond run has been pretty good. I won't call it great, but I am always a sucker for grabbing the final issue of a writer that I respect of his run. And so I went ahead and did that with Batman Beyond. I do like these covers. I don't know who they're by, but there have been pretty similar covers like this. This is a variant. This is cover B. So I do like the cover a lot. The story has been pretty good. But like I said, anytime there is a final issue for a run and I like the writer, I'm going to grab it. Next up for DC is Red Hood number 52. So this has been an okay series. Not great. I don't know if I'd call it good. But there is a new gang that is appearing in this. So Red Hood, Jason Todd, is caught in between like a turf war between, I believe it's Killer Croc and some people that are on his side. And then there's this new gang appearing. New characters. Why not? There might be some characters that stick around in the DC universe. You never know. Could be an important issue to have. But mainly, I just really like this cover. Not sure who it is by. This is why these videos are going to be quick, because I'm not doing all the research I used to do with my old comic book reviews. Sorry, guys, but I do like this cover. Here it is for you. If you like it too, maybe grab it. And if you maybe want to take a chance on some speculating aspects to this series, there are going to be some new characters. So there's that. And next up is Black Adam Endless Winter Special number 1. This is an awesome cover by Boss Logic. That is the main reason why I picked this, and that is the reason why this is my cover of the week. So one thing I will always respect DC for is these card stocks. What really pisses me off as a comic book collector is when I go to the comic book shop on Wednesday and I am looking through the books and there's an issue where something huge happened. There's a first appearance of some character, whatever it may be for Marvel. And I'm looking through them and they're all dented. They all look like crap. They're all, the ink smearing is over the label. And then I look at their covers and they're just the paper that are inside the book. There's nothing different. The paper they're using for the pages in the book is what they're using the cover for. And dude, it's almost 2021. DC is killing it in that aspect because they're using these card stocks. Yes, you're paying an extra $1, but I will pay an extra $1 every time if there is a huge issue of something really important happening in a series. I will always pay that extra dollar, especially if it's an awesome cover, to get a nice, pristine looking comic. And that is what DC does great. And this is the cardstock Boss Logic cover, and it just pops, especially with this white background. Couldn't ask for a nicer looking comic, and I haven't read any Black Adam stuff in quite a while. So I picked this one up. And the last one this week that I've picked is Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn, number 2. Issue number 1 was phenomenal, in my opinion. Issue number 2, haven't read it, but I know there is going to be a new appearance of the villain that Harley Quinn is trying to track down, and her name is Scarlet. And Scarlet actually is on this cover, and this technically would be the first cover appearance of Scarlet, and it, I believe, is the first full appearance of her as well. So for that matter, not just because it has been a great story so far, even though it's one issue in, for that matter, I picked this one up, and that wraps up my comic book picks for this week. And before I go, I want to give a notable mention to a comic I didn't get to pick up this week. And this is where I think I'm going to do it, is at the very end of the show, is let you guys know what comics I was not able to get my hands on. And the one comic this week that I wanted that I wasn't able to get was Spawn 313. There are some awesome covers right now for it. And I believe there are quite a few, I think there are 2 actual first appearances and maybe first cover appearances. All I know is there is a new character, I believe a villain on the cover. I wish I could have got my hands on it. Unfortunately, I did not get it this week. I do recommend you go out there and grab it if it is available to you. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you for sticking it out with me. This has been my comic book picks of the week. If you enjoyed the show, which I really hope you did, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell so you can get updates whenever I post new videos. I hope to be doing these every week now. They're going to be a lot quicker, straight to the point, not full in-depth reviews. I'm sorry if you did enjoy that feature of my videos in the past. This will just be talking about the books I picked up, quickly why I picked them up, whether it be because I think something's going to happen in the series that may increase the value, or if I just like the cover, or if I just really like the story. Whatever it may be, I will let you guys know, and you'll be able to see what I grabbed from my LCS. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. Until next week, Jumps out.